Welcome back to another edition of Washington Demons Volleyball on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by Washington County Hospital and Clinics. My name is Jack Knowlton, along with my partner, Zeph Walker-El. We are back at Washington High School, and we bring you the pregame show brought to you by the Ann C. Williams Agency of Farm Bureau Financial Services. We remind you as well that we will be streaming all Washington Demon football and volleyball games this fall right here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. We will have basketball and wrestling in the winter for you, soccer in the spring, and baseball and softball in the summertime. So a ton of broadcasts upcoming. We're back here for another one, a non-conference clash on the volleyball court between Washington and Pella Christians. This is the Demons' first game since we were last here a week ago when they took down Fairfield to improve to 2-0 in SEC play. They now play a non-conference bout against a team they haven't seen much of. First game in the quote-unquote bound era. Of course, the stats tracking website doesn't have any games registered between these two teams, so it has been a fair bit since they've played each other, if at all. So a different kind of vibe for that game, Seth. We'll start there. You know, when you come off of playing a Fairfield team who you're so familiar with, they played them twice in 2024, and, you know, we talked about it in that broadcast, have had their number, to now you're playing, this is a 2A team, they're in a different league, a little bit of a smaller school, but a team that, you know, at 7-5 has played some good opponents themselves, Pella Christian. How do you readjust if you're Washington, you know, to just play your game, worry less about scouting the opponent because you just simply don't know as much, and focus on what you can do well?
Well, you can take this game as, first off, you can't treat this game any different than you would a Fairfield game, a Mount Pleasant, but you can go into this game with the approach of how can we adjust to the unexpected. And like you said before, when you play a team like Fairfield multiple times in a season, and then you have a history, some sort of a rivalry there, it's almost like coming into this, you don't know what to expect. You can look at the scouting report, but it wouldn't do you anything because you have to actually see the play on the court.
Yeah, Washington's a team that has tested itself against a lot of good non-conference opponents. Of course, Mid-Prairie, who they played last week as well. You have 2 games against Clear Creek Amana, who's a top-ranked team in Class 4A. So this is a team that's unafraid to test itself. But you mentioned that, making adjustments. That's what we saw in between that Mid-Prairie game and that Fairfield game. And one player who, of course, stood out in that game against the Trojans was Layla Green, the middle blocker for Washington. Had 3 of those against Fairfield. She finished second behind Leighton Messenger with 11 kills as well. You talked to her after that match. What did she say, and what did you take away from it in terms of how Washington is moving forward from that Fairfield win?
Well, something that I asked Layla was specifically about how she was on the court for her team. She was very vocal. Every single play you saw her come into the huddle, giving people strong high fives. But she noted that it's all about the mental. She wants to keep the morale of the team on the court up. Don't get down if we miss a point or if we make an error, because that's the way you're going to give the other team a chance to get that momentum. She talked heavily about just focusing on mental mental strength, moving play to play, game to game. With that back-to-back coming off of a loss, Layla was very vocal about just focusing on what we can improve on for the next game. And then she talked about for this 7-day break they've had on how they can actually rest and refocus.
Yeah, well, they're going to need that rest and refocus. They're going to need that mental side, and they're going to need Layla Green at that middle block for Washington. They will be facing a couple of very good outside hitters, some talent on this Pella Christian team. We'll talk through throughout the broadcast, but a couple to bring up right off the bat. There's Bryn Roosboom. She leads this team in kills with 84, a senior outside hitter, played in 36 matches in 2024. And then another Bryn Runner, who leads this team in blocks with 8 and is their best assister. She is number 5 in the Little Hawkeye Conference in assists with 183, so the main setter there. Setting up a lot of Bryn-to-Bryn passes we might see in this game as a little bit of a preview of what Washington will be facing in Pella Christian. We will send it to a quick break. When we come back, we will have set number 1. We will read over the starting lineups for both teams as Washington looks to get a non-conference win. The Demons still under 500. They're 2-0 in SEC play, but 5-7 overall, looking to improve to 6-7 7 with a win here tonight. That'll do it for the NC Williams Agency of Farm Bureau Financial Services pregame show. Special shout out to another one of our sponsors, Fairway Meat and Grocery. We'll send it to a quick break. We'll be back with set number 1. You're listening to Demons Volleyball here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation, Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you. Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road, and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you. At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
Volleyball season has arrived, and Fairway sets all the savings all year long. With a variety of fall favorites and sports season must-needs, no one does it like Fairway. Make Fairway your home field advantage. Here at The Morning Breath, we start every morning with style and grace.
Give me a
Engaging you with thoughtful and critically thinking topics to start your day.
Did you know that Pop-Tarts are horrible for you?
While always maintaining
Demon Volleyball here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Jack Knowlton, Zeph Walker L. We are about to get started with set number 1 between Washington and Pella Christian. A quick look at the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Pella Christian Eagles, Jessa DeVries is wearing the libero jersey. Maya Huseman is out there with Sophia Slagter. Rachel Kakmarinsky is wearing the number 7 jersey. Bryn Runner, who we spotlighted in the pregame show, wears number 9. Addie Van Arndonk is wearing number 13. And Bryn Roosboom, another talented player for Pella, leading them in assists this season, is number 14. For Washington, it's their usual starting lineup. Ellie Farmer, the libero, Taylor Miksch, Leighton Messenger, Layla Green, Addison Miller, Reagan Miller, and Lauren Drahota out there to start for the Demons. Should be a fun one. Some non-conference action. Washington 5-7, 2-0 in SEC play. Do nicely for their overall record here to get a win. Reagan Miller starts things out in the first set. Dug up and over by Pella Christian.
Good dig.
Farmer keeps it alive. Drahota just has to dig it over. Both teams in white. Washington's got the orange gradient on the wrist of their jersey. A long first rally for the first point here. Miller to Green, and how many times did we see that against Fairfield? Layla
11
Green.
times to be exact. 11 times we did.
Layla Green, just the hammer right down the middle.
She's now 3 kills from number 70 on the season.
1-0 Demons. Huseman hits that one over
Good
to
save
Roosboom, who just tapped it up. Some net play going on, and Pella Christian able to just save it. Reagan Miller this time for Miksch. That's too deep.
Oh, that's a questionable one right there. I think that was in.
I just missed it kind of on the line there, but you're right, a close call.
Some 8K cameras on the side like a pylon cam right there, because that was a good hit.
Miksch digs that one up for Miller. Gives it over for Drahota, who switched over to the left side. That one comes off the basketball hoop. And the Demon home court playing a role there to win Washington a second point here in set number 1.
Was that Taylor Miksch who got that point there?
Taylor Miksch set it up for Miller. Was Drahota who delivered it over from the left side. Her and Miksch look like they've switched sides to start. Nice serve by Miksch.
And that's number 50 kills for her this season. Couple ladies got some milestone kills coming tonight.
This is a well-balanced Washington team. Jessa DeVries couldn't get to that one, wearing the libero jersey for Pella Christian. Miksch hits that one off the back wall, and that will award a point for Pella Christian. So coming back to serve now is DeVries. Rachel Kakbarinsky into the game.
The pace of the game looks good right now. The pace looks really good.
Farmer for Reagan Miller, over for Drahota. She's been involved early, and that one not able to be hammered back over by the blockers. Drahota, some nice power that time.
Strong hit.
Lauren Drahota was not listed on the roster in 2024, but she started all 12 matches today. Has been a bit of a revelation. She had 40 kills coming into this one. Fortitude Demons, and there is the first service error for Washington. That's something we spotlighted against in those Mid-Prairie and Fairfield games as something the Demons want to limit. Zeph, they're still 6th last in the SEC. They were one of the lowest performing service teams in terms of serve efficiency in all of Class 3. Looking to correct that, Washington. Messenger over for Drahota.
Good hit.
That one set back up and put down that time by Arndonk. And dropped off the blockers. Pella Christian couldn't readjust. It's 5-3 Demons.
Leighton Messenger is 1 kill away from 100. She's been dominant this season.
Karis Miller into the game. You're right, Messenger, 98 kills coming in. Had 285 of them last year. Was the player of the year in the SEC, trying to go back-to-back. Nice work at the net that time by Messenger and Addison Miller.
Good setup.
And Reagan Miller delivers that one too deep. That one did look a little bit more decisive there, Zeph. It's 5-4.
The momentum isn't on either side yet. They're both playing an even game here.
Van Arndonk, a is back to serve. She has the most aces on this Pella Christian team at 21, and they win a point to let her go serve again.
That was a great block.
Collabing at the net that time, Bryn Roosboom and Rachel Kakmarinski.
If you're Washington, this first set is like a fill-out set. You got to see what works and what doesn't against this Pella team that they've never seen before in the Bound era.
Van Arndonk, who just served 32 aces last year. She's gotten better. That one's floated over by Kakmarinski, dug up by Washington. Nice block at the net again, that time by Pella Christian. Messenger just floats it over. Pella Christian trying to go early. Couple long rallies in this first set. Nice dig that time by DeVries. Down hard, saved by Farmer.
Great save by Ellie Farmer there.
Mix gets it back over, and there's a miscue by Pella Christian, and so Ellie Farmer's hustle play rewarded that time. Good heads-up play by Washington that time on a few of those exchanges. That'll bring up Leighton Messenger to serve.
Oh, that was
nearly dug over
an ace.
Nearly dug over and saved by Amaya Agri, but you're right. A really nice serve there by Messenger.
She put it like right in the middle.
Just shy of 83% on the service efficiency this season. If there's any weak point there in her game, it might be that, but she can just drop those serves in. Washington's going to be able to win points. They go up 3 here in set 1. Messenger. Mix tried to meet Bryn Runner at the net that time. Runner won the battle.
Again, no one truly has control of the game yet. It's 8-6. Both teams are just looking pretty even here.
Rachel Kakmarinski to serve. 116 kills in 36 matches last season as a sophomore. That's over for Mitch off the blockers.
Strong hit though.
Step back up and
good save.
Dug up by Mitch. Reagan Miller, and a miscue there that time with Addison Miller, and the ball ends up in the net. So another point for the Eagles. Their head coach is Andrea Kakmarinski. She's just in her second season. Combined 31-17 record. This was a PC team that kind of broke through last year. Went to the 2A Region 8 championship. Nice shot there by Leighton Messenger. Gets a little home cooking off the net and wins a point for Washington.
And that is point 100. That is the number 100 kill for Leighton Messenger this season. Congrats to Leighton Messenger.
Farmer the libero, serving that one over. Up and over for Roosboom. Dug up by Messenger. Mitch has to just dig it over. Roosboom will try again.
Oh, another good dig.
That was Karis Miller that time. Reagan Miller goes quickly. Dug up well by Pella Christian. Roosboom for a third time. Mitch digs it up. Karis Miller for Leighton Messenger right in the middle of the court. Trying to go quickly again, and Washington alert to it. This time it's Reagan Miller at the net and drop down, and Washington with Mitch and Green combining win that battle. Another long rally that the Demons are able to snag the point for.
That was a really good rally, and I'll give credit to Pella there. There were some strong hits coming across that net, and they just kept digging it up.
Well, they got it to Roosboom twice, and that's who they want to find in terms of offense, Bryn Roosboom. And Pella Christian going to call a timeout with an 11-7 Demons lead intact. And you mentioned Zeph. There's been a couple long rallies. This feels like the moment where Washington should grab hold of the first set, given the momentum they had coming in that forced that timeout. What do they have to do, the Demons, to secure that and go on to extend their run out of the timeout and try and win this first set?
Well, they have to keep their eye on Roosboom, as she has hit some strong spikes across that net. Though she hasn't been able to really get Washington off their game, the Demons just got to keep their foot on the gas, stay steady. No, don't let any errors get in your way right now. You're still filling out this team. We don't know what to expect just yet. But like I said, keep your eye on Roosboom and keep the defense strong as they've been doing it.
This is a Pella Christian team that's played a lot of tournament volleyball so far. Only 3 traditional matches, traditional best-of-5 matches. They beat Oskaloosa on the road 3-0 and Newton 3-0 at home. And there's the second service error of the first set for Washington. So not the response you'd want if you're the Demons coming out of that timeout, as Maya Huseman will come back in for Pella Christian. But this is a PC team that hasn't gone deep in a ton of matches, given the tournament play and given kind of some of their decisive victories. They've won their last 6 in a row after struggles in that first tournament. They do give a service error right back, or that gives a point right back, I should say, to Washington.
Definitely.
Reagan Miller to serve, 83.7% serve efficiency numbers coming into this one. That one's over for Roosboom, but she floated that too far. So it's 13-10 Washington, and they flip that first service error into 2 quick points, and still an opportunity to get a strong grip on this first set. Saw them come out so strong against Fairfield to take that 2-set lead. That proved huge for when the Trojans got back into it. That was a net violation. Another point for the Demons.
Yeah, coming off of a loss last week and to win the next game, that's a mental thing. And in this game, they've had a week off. So they've kind of got to get the jitters out the way and figure out where they're going to start attacking and where those weak points that Pella has yet to show. But as the game goes on, they'll learn. We've got 3 sets to play.
I will say that is now a third of Pella Christian's points they've been able to win off of service errors, but they give it right back with another one to make it 15-9. But 3 Washington service errors thus far, as Mitch will go back, see if can land a serve in between both teams, and another service error will trade points with Pella Christian. So a couple of mistakes from the service line from both teams.
I think this goes back to taking that time off. Time off can really get you out of your focus. Maybe you're not coming in as strong as you would have if you had a game before, a strong practice.
That one looked like it maybe hit off of the face of that time of Bryn Runner. Either way, she wasn't able to corral it, and that's the power again by Layla Green right down the middle, getting that quick set by Reagan Miller.
Her second kill of the game.
Green back to serve now, 16-10 Demons. DeVries digs that one up. Huseman hits it over. Reagan Miller for Mitch.
Oh, good hit.
Dug up that time. Well, but hammer down. Leighton Messenger. Johnny on the spot that time.
That was huge. That was an amazing spike over that net.
That's what you get when you hit it with power in that back row, is you have to just dig in. You can't control it to a teammate. It floats right over the net, and a player like Messenger is you're gonna be like a kid in a candy shop at that point with just an easy one. She can put all the power behind. 17-10, Messenger again.
If they needed somebody to wake the team up, Leighton just did it there.
She wins another point with another powerful spike from that left side. That is where Washington gets the majority of its points, and Layla Green will once again go back to serve. It's 18-10.
That's where instant replays come in handy.
Demons smelling blood in the water in set number 1. Green hits that one deep. Over for Van Arndonk, and that's off the blockers, but out of play, which will give a point to Pella Christian. And a big one you have to feel if you're the Eagles, just to try and take some of that momentum away, get the service back for your team. Huseman will deliver. Just a sophomore, Maya Huseman. Didn't have any stats in 2024. He's played a bigger role this season. That's getting a little bit of a misconnection there between Addison and Reagan Miller.
The attempt was going to be really good if she got it over the net. Just a little too fast.
Huseman, 17 aces this season from the service line. That is the second best on a good serving Pella Christian team. They've had a few errors from the service line in set one. Messenger delivers that one cross court. And that one gets down. Washington maybe thought it was going to carry out, but Addie Van Arndonk places that one well.
Right here is where Washington needs to turn up the heat a little bit.
These are two veteran Pella Christian outside hitters in Roosboom and Van Arndonk, both seniors. Both had over 100 kills. Roosboom over 200 last season. Messenger with the score at 18-13. Pella Christian trying to work their way back, and they've strung together a couple of points here and have cut the Demon lead to just 4. And that will force a timeout from Coach Aaron Six. So now, Seth, almost an exact opposite vibe in terms of messaging you would expect in this timeout. Both teams with one remaining here in this opening set. What are you saying if you're Coach Six? You've now given up 4 or 5 points in a row. You're trying not to let Pella Christian back in it after it looked like Washington was maybe going to be able to coast in this set. What's the message if you're Coach Six?
If I'm Coach Six, I tell them, remember what you did last week when you allowed that Fairfield team to make that late run in the game and win that third set? And you had to put your backs against the wall and clutch out that fourth set. So right here is where I said before, foot on the gas. It's time to close out the set. 7 points. 7 points.
Huseman still at the controls for the Eagles. Once again, a player they would want serving. This team is second in service aces in the Little Hawkeye Conference. Nice dig by Messenger, but it's right at the net. And so you saw the power from Leighton Messenger on a situation like that for Washington. That time, Bryn Runner just going with the technique there to drop that one down, and the leading assister for the Eagles wins a point. It's 18-15. Huseman goes again, hard hit serve. Better dig that time from Mitch. Over for Messenger. It's blocked again at the net, though. Right there was Bryn Runner. She does lead this team in terms of solo blocks with 6 coming in. Good at the net, 6'1" junior, Some good height on this Pella team. Washington trying to bounce back from a rally, and Lauren Drahota.
Good hit from Lauren.
Does just that. Nice kill, a big one there for Washington. Keeps it at a 3-point advantage. Drahota will check out briefly for Karis Miller, who will go back to serve. Big point one there for the Demons, Zeph.
Yeah, Karis Miller walking into this game 94.5% on serving.
That one flicked over and gets right in the gap just to the left of Ellie Farmer. She couldn't dive and make the save. So quickly Pella Christian winning a point back. Van Arndonk to serve. Lofts that one over. Messenger digs for Karis Miller. For Reagan Miller, hard hit shot. Well saved that time by Amia Agri. Karis Miller. Reagan Miller will try it again. She'll just set that one over. DeVries, and finding the gap that time is Bryn Runner, and just too much room. She does, Bryn Runner, have 31 kills coming into this game. I mentioned she is this team's leading assister, normally setting up her teammates, but has a couple kills here in this stretch. It's a 1-point Demon lead now. And that one too hard, so a good serving team in Pella Christian makes a mistake, gives it back to the Demons.
This could be the turning point. This could be the turning point.
Leighton Messenger passed the 100 kills mark earlier in this first set to serve. That one maybe carrying out, but Pella Christian keeps it alive. Messenger, Karis Miller for Reagan Miller, blocked at the net. Farmer unable to make a play, and the Eagles middle blockers have shown up in this first set. They're only 5th in their conference in total blocks as a team with 53, but they have a few players who can do it. Rachel Kakmarinsky is good at it. I mentioned the height. Washington trying to overcome that here. It's 2019, Demons still with the lead. Mitch. Set over by Pella Christian. Karis Miller. Addison Miller, another one blocked. Washington keeping it alive. trying to set up Roosboom. That's dug up well by Karis Miller. Ellie Farmer for Taylor Mitch to the back line. Roosboom will try it again. Had to just float that one over. Had to readjust to it. Battle at the net. Dropped home by Addison Miller, and a big point for the Demons.
And that is where the Demons exceed, or excelled per se, at the net. Playing defense. Defense wins games in all sports.
It does indeed. Ellie Farmer to serve. Right back to the other libero for
good dig.
PC. Tapped over by Green, blocked at the net again. That time, Sophia Slagter and Roosboom combining. Agri will take a break. Huseman will come back in.
Now, minus the few service errors and the few out of bounds we've had, this has been straight up good volleyball from both teams.
Very competitive first set. 21-20, Demons still holding a lead. But Pella Christian has crawled back into this, trying to string together a few points and get it back. That one's saved off the net by Karis Miller. Reagan Miller. Karis Miller for Mitch. Tries to go cross court with that one. It's kept alive. No, it is not. Pella Christian unable to find a way to get that one back over the net.
That
Washington restoring a 2-point advantage. It looked like they had gotten command of it. That might have had some spin on it coming over from Mitch. DeVries dug it up, but it took a bit of a weird bounce. It seemed like on the second hit that the Eagles were able to control it, but nothing doing in the end. 22-20. Reagan Miller serves.
Good serve, though.
Good first set here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. Washington Demon volleyball off the basketball hoop. Reagan Miller adjusts. Mix hits the net, though. And so that's 4 hits over technically for Washington. It's 21-22. Good readjustment by Reagan Miller after it took that ricochet off the basketball hoop on the ceiling. And now Bryn Roosboom, she has 11 service aces, another player in double figures in that category for PC. Layla Green hammered, but the middle block holds strong that time. It's Van Arndonk and Slagter, and we are all tied up, and Washington going to use its second timeout. So the Demons and Eagles, what looked like a set that was going to get away from Pella Christian, is now knotted up, Zeph, and now your messaging seems like it has to be similar again to, you go back to that Fairfield game and this time having a different outcome if you're Washington.
Yeah. It's tough to say because Pella is showing up in a lot of areas where you think that they wouldn't. And you think that Washington and the way these women are hitting the ball would just get it over the net. But Pella is not going down without a fight. They are constantly there. Every step of the way. One thing that Washington needs to limit is those long droughts without points. They allowed almost 7 unanswered points, which is why Pella Christian is back in this game.
Yeah, they were. Washington was up by a fairly wide margin in set 1. But it's now, they're up 11-7 when Pella Christian called that first timeout. The Eagles able to erase the deficit. Mitch hits that one off the side of the net.
That's tough.
And PC gets the lead.
They just need to remain calm, refocus.
Pella trying to close this one out. That takes a wicked deflection off Farmer. Mitch good hustle to get there.
Good way to get it over the net.
Able to keep it alive. Pella Christian comes right back though. Reagan Miller. Messenger saves it. Reagan Miller again just has to dig it over for Washington. Pella Christian now with the momentum. That one's hammered down. And the Eagles are a point away. Maya Huseman with the kill that time. And this you have to feel is going to be a set that feels like it's going to escape Washington. If they can't turn this around on this point, it takes a deflection off the net. Reagan Miller for Layla Green. It's off the net, and Pella Christian turns it around to win 25-22. And so Washington are going to have some regrouping to do heading into set number 2. The Demons had that first set in hand. We will take a break, come back with the second set. Demons looking to regroup. You're listening to Washington Demon Volleyball on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, presented by Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
Here at the Morning Breath, we start every morning with style and grace.
Give me a
Engaging you with thoughtful and critically thinking topics to start your day.
Did you know that Pop-Tarts are like horrible for you?
While always maintaining a professional and family-friendly environment.
John, you're no longer a virgin.
Oh, and all the other stuff.
Wow, version. Yes, we talk on all over the world.
There's another word for that, Peter. What do we call that? Cold.
It is cold. It's going to get
Weekdays at 7:15, only on the Southeast Iowa Video Network Facebook and YouTube page.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation, Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you. Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road, and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
And we're back here with Washington Demon Volleyball here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by Washington County Hospital and Clinics. I'm Zeph Walker L here. Washington taking a L in the first set to Pella Christian, 25-22. And now looking to regain the momentum and even things up here in the second set of this match. Non-conference battle here between the Washington Demons and the Pella Christian Eagles. Roseboom here to set off the game, or the second set here. Layla Green with a strong hit right over the net. And that opens up the game, or the set, for a point for the Demons. The Demons allowed a nearly 7-point comeback from the Pella Christian Eagles in the first set, with hopes to not allow that momentum to shift again here in the second set. Great dig over the net there by Lauren Drahota. Oh. And that's a kill over the net for Addie Van Arendonk for the Christian Eagles. Setting up the serve is Jessa DeVries, the libero for the Eagles. And a spike right over the net there from Layla Green. And the dig by the libero. Out of bounds with a point going to the Washington Demons. Taylor Miksch here to serve. Service error there for the Washington Demons as the point goes to the Pella Christian Eagles. Maya Huseman to serve for the Eagles. Good setup there, and spiked over, way over the net by Leighton Messenger. way out of reach for the Eagles as they just couldn't get back on that one. We have Layla Green here to serve for the Eagles. Excuse me, for the Demons. As she just put a little too much sauce on that one as it goes out of bounds. The Demons and the Eagles are just trading points here to start off this second set as it's all knotted up at 3-3. And a dig up there by Taylor Miksch. And Lauren Drahota just has to get it over the net. Oh, and a strong hit, which seemed it could have been out of bounds from the Eagles, but the officials called it inbound. Substitution for the Demons. Number 11, Kendall Conway checks into the game for the first time today. Addie Van Arendonk sets up to serve for the Eagles. And a service error, which returns the point back to the Demons. We've seen a lot of this here in this second set as they've just traded points back and forth. A few errors from both sides. Karis Miller checks into the game. Strong hit, but out of bounds for Roosboom. She was pivotal in that first set. And a rare service error there from Karis Miller as she walked into this game with a 94.5 serve efficiency. Looking really good on the season here. Strong hit by Reagan Miller over the net. Roosboom there tries to get it right back with the setup for Leighton Messenger. Roosboom with a soft touch right over the net. Karis Miller sets her up. Leighton Messenger with another hit. And out of bounds call right on the line. If you're Washington, you don't like to see that. You want that type of strong hit right over the net, but when it hits the line right there and the refs have to make the official call. And that was Bryn Runner who met the ball right at the net with a soft touch just to get that point for the Eagles as they lead 7-5 over the Washington Demons. And a service error there for number 7, Rachel Kasmerinsky. Giving a point back to the Demons here. A few substitutions as Taylor Miksch comes back into the game. Leighton Messenger to serve for the Demons. Roosboom blocked right at the net by the Demons as they tie things up 7 apiece here in the second set, live on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. Strong serve there from Leighton Messenger. And another setup for Roosboom, but it's dug up by Ellie Farmer. Taylor Miksch just had to get it over the net there. And out of bounds, a little too much on that one from Bryn Runner as the Demons take their second lead of this second set. Demons trying to lean on that momentum. Oh, and that was a strong dig as it almost took Leighton right off her feet. And dug up there by Ray Miller. Back over the net to the libero. And Roosboom just couldn't get it back over the net as the defense for the Washington Demons excel in this second set here. And a service error there for Leighton Messenger, which just halts all the momentum they had after those few errors made by the Pella Eagles. Bryn Runner to serve for the Eagles. And she seemed a bit hesitant on that one there. She didn't know if she wanted to hit it as it was higher in its highest point or not, which led to a service error and a point for the Demons. Dug up there from the libero. And a save there from Washington, and strong hit down the middle for Layla Green, as she is about 1 point away from her 70th kill on the season. Roosboom seemed to switch sides. Number 14, Bryn Roosboom, we're talking about here. Switched sides of the court and just got another point there for the Eagles. Dug up there by Leighton Messenger. Reagan Miller with the hit right over the net. And the defense right there is Taylor Miksch right over Roosboom as she just tried to dive forward, but it wasn't enough. Washington gaining another point there, and they lead 12-9 here in the second set. Seems to be a bit of a wet spot on the court, pointed out by head coach Andrea Kazmerinski. And we're back into the game with the serve from Reagan Miller. And out of bounds, point goes to the Demons. Serving again here, Reagan Miller. Oh, and just dived on the floor for that one was the libero for the Eagles, which turned into a point for the Pella Christian Eagles as the defense for Washington just couldn't get the ball back over the net. Number 3, Jessa DeVries. Oh, and Lauren Drahota with the soft touch to get the ball right back on the Demons' side. Lily Brown checks into the game for the Demons as she's set to serve this one. Oh, which looks like it turns into a point. Washington Demons lead 15-10 over the Pella Christian Eagles. And the defense was there, but unfortunately, the ball did not get back over the net as it is now returned to serve for number 4, Maya Huseman. Dug up there by Ellie Farmer and tossed right over the net by Lauren Drahota. Another good dig there And Layla Green wanted to get it right down the middle, but unfortunately it got over the line, and the point goes to the Pella Christian Eagles. 15-12, Demons lead by 3. Oh, and a nice dig there from Ellie Farmer with Leighton Messenger meeting the ball right at the net. Strong, powerful spike. And another kill added to the marquee for Leighton Messenger. Layla Green here to set up a serve. Oh, and a good dig there from Reagan Miller, but just couldn't get the ball back in the air as they return a point to the Pella Christian Eagles. Back and forth game we have here on our hands. No team showing too much life of who's in control of the game. Though these two have not met before in the Bound era, we might be seeing a small rivalry brewing as the Pella Christian Eagles are not going down without a fight, and Washington Demons looking to defend home court. (17-13), a familiar sight from the first set, which Washington had the strong lead. Oh, and a great dig there as Ellie Farmer tries to get it right over the net there. Leighton Messenger with a strong hit that goes out of bounds as the Pella Christian Eagles just couldn't get to it. Another point for the Washington Demons. Service error there. Just a little too much on that one from Karis Miller. And another point there for the Demons. Again, we go back to these teams are facing each other for the first time of the Bound era. There's no real message before the game, but everything's going to come after this game as they're trading blows. Washington leading by 5. Good block there from the Demons. And out point. Just a miscommunication there from Leighton Messenger and Reagan Miller. Looked like they wanted to get after the ball, but it just dropped down the middle. And a point goes to the Pella Christian Eagles. Bryn Runner set up to serve. Oh, and another miscommunication there from the Demons. Timeout for the Washington Demons. Coach Six wants to talk to his ladies, get them refocused as they are in a familiar position from the first set, allowing Pella Christian to come back, tie the game up, and eventually win the first set. They must maintain this lead and keep their foot on the gas moving forward if they would like to win this match. A win in this set guarantees us a 4th set here for tonight's matchup, as the Demons do not want to go down 2-0 on their home court. You are watching Washington Demon Volleyball live here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. Strong power hit from Taylor Mix there. Ran Roosboom's blocked at the net. In the setup, Reagan Miller rolling the stoppage of play called from the officials, which leads to a point. 4 hits there called on the Pella Christian Eagles. Ellie Farmer with the setup to serve and blocked at the net, but just couldn't get it back over. Demons lead 20-17. Error for error. As that dig just went right out of bounds for Leighton Messenger. On the court, she's apologizing to her teammates as she knows they did not need another error there and they needed to return the point. Roosboom there to set up. That one touched the net there. Reagan Miller with a soft touch right over the net. Picked back up from the Eagles. Leighton Messenger set up from Karis Miller. Layla Green spikes it down and has now hit 70 kills on the season. Much needed point there for the Washington Demons as they look to shift the momentum. And unfortunately, a service error there from Reagan Miller grants the Pella Christian Eagles 1 more point as the Demons lead 21-19. And another kill for Layla Green. She talked a lot about mental fortitude and not allowing errors to get into the head of her teammates and being that voice on the court, as she has now 2 back-to-back kills, which are keeping the Washington Demons in the lead as they look to close out this second set strong. Oh, a little bit of confusion there. I don't think they knew the ball was going to come over the net. Demons lead 22-20. Maya Huseman set up to serve for the Eagles. Dig there up from Ellie Farmer. That's it right over the net. And another dig there. Oh. Demons lead by 1, 22-21. The Pella Christian Eagles are not going down without a fight. Shades of the first set here. Maya Huseman to set up a serve here. Awkward dig there from Ellie Farmer, but the good save by Leighton Messenger. And another dig up by Ellie Farmer. Good dig there from the Eagles. And another dig, and we have a bit of a rally here. Lauren Drahota. The idea was there. Just the timing of that hit over the net was not it, as we have a tie game here, 22 knotted up here in the second set. And a deep dig there from Ellie Farmer. Leighton Messenger hits it right over the net. Another point goes to our defense here for the Washington Demons. Met that ball right at the net and put it right back over. The ladies are looking to close this one out as they cannot afford to go down 2-0 here at home. Layla Green with the setup and a service error. For the Pella Christian Eagles, they are looking to make a big upset here. If they can take a 2-0 lead, but Leighton Messenger says no. No 2-0 leads happening as the Demons lead 24-23. What a strong message she sent right there with that hit. That kill right over the net. As the Demons have set point here. But we have a timeout from Coach Kazmarinsky and the Pella Christian Eagles as she wants to discuss way to close out this second set and not allow the Demons to get that 25-23 win in the second set. You've got to wonder, they're going to lean on their go-to gal by the name of Bryn Roosboom, who's been strong in her efforts of this second set. With the ball in the hands of the Washington Demons, they have the ability to close out this set without a response from the Eagles at all. As we have Karis Miller, who leads in serve efficiency, but out of bounds, and the point goes to the Washington Demons as they close out this set and tie up the match 1-1. Going into the third set, the Demons 25, Pella Christian Eagles 23. We'll take a quick break here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by the Washington County Hospital and Clinics. We'll see you in the third set.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Pella Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Pella Construction are here for you. At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
Volleyball season has arrived, and Fairway sets all the savings all year long. With a variety of fall favorites and sports season must-needs, no one does it like Fairway. Make Fairway your home field advantage.
We're back here at Washington High School for set number 3 between the Washington Demons and the Pella Christian Eagles. All tied up at 1 apiece. The Demons able to win set number 2 by a score of 25-23. Big shout out as well to our sponsors, Fairway Meat and Grocery, for their support of Washington Demon Athletics. Jack Knowlton, Zeph Walker L on the call here for this third set. Zeph, it was a 2-0 Demon lead against Fairfield, and before we got to a third set forced by the Trojans, this time it was the Demons having to do that as they win the first point of set number 3. Would you like? I was obviously on the floor, and I won't lie, Zeph, there was times, being down there where the energy felt just a little bit zapped. There was some miscommunication in the passing for Washington, but they're able to hold on. How big do you think that's going to be in this third set?
This third set is all about remembering you are guaranteed another set, So, yes, take this third set, but show the Eagles that you are not here to play. Defend home court, because you're going to see them in another set. You're going to see them in set number 4. And if they win that, going into set number 5 is going to be tough.
An opportunity, you're right, maybe to take some risks, try some things, not play too tentative. You see, I felt like I saw at times in that second set a couple of players who were just almost too afraid to make a mistake, and that's when the mistake happens. If you're too nervous to go get a ball and you leave it for someone else who thinks that you're going to dig it up or pass it, and that's where those errors can happen. And certainly as well, limiting the service errors it will be big for Washington. 3-1 Demons to start this third set. Bryn Roosboom back to serve for Pella Christian. That one too far for Reagan Miller.
I have to note, I like the way Bryn Roosboom serves. She's very consistent with keeping the ball right there before it touches the ground every single time. She has like the really good accuracy. So credit to Bryn Roosboom there.
Yeah, 91.2% on the serve accuracy coming into this game.
Granted, she is 6 feet. That's a tall gal.
There's plenty of height on this Pella Christian team. Washington's felt that a little bit at the net. Roosboom's 6 foot. Bryn Runner is 6'1". 5'10". Rachel Kakmarinsky. Sophia
5'11".
5'11".
Yeah.
Maya Huseman 5'11" as well. So certainly some height amongst the Eagles ranks. 4-3 now. Jessa DeVries serving. Mixed with the dig. Reagan Miller just has to keep it in play. Farmer passes it over. Up and down hard. Nice dig by Farmer, but unable to track it down is Mix. She went diving into the Washington bench.
Credit to her getting on the ground there, though. That was risky, but it shows that she's locked in and she wants to get this win.
Yeah, it's no shortage of effort on some of these passes, but some of these hard hit passes over the net by Pella Christian. Washington just trying to deal with them.
Oh, that was great from Rollingbo over there.
Trahota from the right side. She's had a couple of nice spikes over the net tonight. That one too wide, coming the other way. 5-4 Washington. The libero Farmer checking out. Addison Miller will come in. Layla Green to serve.
She was strong in that second set.
DeVries digs it up, but unable to get it under control, Pella Christian on a hard hit serve by Layla Green.
You can just tell they are a lot more composed in this second half.
Green, however, hits that one into the net.
Third set, I'd say, which feels like somewhat of a second half since we know we're going into a fourth set. So we'll call it the second half of the game.
Can use the former basketball coach Avery Johnson. His favorite slogan was "Tale of Two Halves." That one paints the out of bounds line for Washington, and they get the point across 7-5.
I don't think we've noted anything about our student section here, who's just all in pink, which we would assume would be for breast cancer awareness coming up here in October, or maybe just a pink out game.
Seen a lot of those shirts with the support, the messages on them. Another cool theme there from the home Demons. Not much of a student section for the visiting Eagles. That one right into the net that time by Addie Van Arndonk. It's 8-5 Washington. Karis Miller behind the service line. Up and down, and finding the gap that time is Rachel Kakmarinsky. Right in the middle of the floor that time. Saw Mid-Prairie take a lot of advantage of that space with that quick set over the net that they were doing. That one more of a traditional kill by Kakmarinsky. Not much power on it, but if you can have the right placement, you can find the gaps.
Oh, good.
Nice dig that time, but just mishit off of her hands that time by Leighton Messenger. It was a good effort, but
great effort.
Hard to control.
There's a lot of great effort. Everyone's showing that they want to play. They're down to get gritty for this game.
Messenger will try again and make up for it with another kill. The kill that I believe made it 24-22, or 23 rather, in that second set was a Messenger one, and that just felt like it changed the energy. You can just tell when she gets the right set, it's almost automatic. And that one was that time. That can be huge for Washington if they can keep feeding that well with Leighton Messenger. Miller for Mix. She just sets that one over. That was carrying out of play, but Pella Christian keeps it in. And again, finding the gap that time was Bryn Roosboom. Some of these softer kills over the net and the placement over power choice is paying off for Pella Christian so far. Still a 9-8 rather, Washington lead. Kakmarinsky. Karis Miller, nice set for Mix, who drops it in front of the back line. Diving for it was Rachel Kakmarinsky, but couldn't get there.
That ball went in like slow motion. It's almost like she wanted to deflect it and get it back over, but just couldn't.
Farmer, that one goes right at the net and able to be tapped down by Bryn Runner. Nice heads-up play there. We've seen plenty of points tonight that have been very hard hits, some off of serves that have flown back over the net when they're dug up by the other team. And that has more often turned into a point for the team serving, but that time Kakmarinsky, or Runner, excuse me, aware of it, able to just tap it down. Now it's mishit by Messenger, or Mix rather, and it's 10-10.
Again, another credit to the Eagles. They are not going down without a fight. They're continuously trading blows.
It's just felt like since that 11-7 Washington lead, Pella Christian got back into it, got their confidence back. Washington's
look at that,
trying to still just regroup a little bit. They were able to do it in set 2. Tied 10-10 in set 3. That one too deep. And you don't often see that from Bryn Roosboom.
So far, by far, game of the year.
Maybe.
Just because there's no side that's that's gained the control of the game. It's just like it can go any direction.
Yeah, for sometimes Washington having some errors there, when they do have the opportunities, they do not tend to waste. They have not tended to waste them. It's just been a few passing and service errors that have really helped keep Pella Christian in it. But the offense, when it gets going, has been good for the Demons tonight. And I think you're right. Sustaining that will be the key, but Pella Christian trying to do the same. Farmer gets to that one well. Mix and Messenger just has to send it over. Might have been carrying out, kept in that time by Van Arndonk. At the net, save. Green keeps it alive. Mix just sets it over. Tapped up and has to just try to be placed that time, but it was a difficult one for Maya Huseman. And Washington again with a 3-point advantage.
This is a good game or a good match for Washington, as, like we said, they didn't know anything. They didn't know what to expect from this Eagles team, but they're holding it down.
This is a Pella Christian team who I mentioned have not gone deep in a lot of matches this year. The only 2 5-setters that they've played, as that one gets on the wrong side of the line with Mix trying to go cross court. But going back to it, they've only had a couple of matches that have been true 5-setters, and they won both of those 3-0. So this is going to be a test of Pella Christian's stamina, kind of mental fortitude here. Like you said, Zeph, we are guaranteed a 4th set no matter the result. That one, thought it might have caught a blocker on its way over, but point nonetheless for PC on that Layla Green spike over the net.
I like what you did there, PC.
Kind of abbreviate sometimes.
Yeah. Oh,
Roosboom hits that one right into the net.
That's a rare sighting for this game. She's been exceptionally well.
11 aces on the year. You're exactly right. Taylor Mix now.
That could be huge.
At the controls, 14-12, Washington.
Great.
Dug up by DeVries. Sent over by Van Arndonk. Mix, hard hit ball right into the net by Roosboom. And Taylor Mix, seeing a good opportunity that time, wins a point for the Demons. 15-12, she'll go back to serve.
I'm interested to see Reagan and Karis Miller's assist numbers after this game. They had 39 last week.
Down into the net again. That time Huseman, and a couple of errors on the attack now for Pella Christian. Makes it 16-12. Neither team has used a timeout in this first set. You wonder if another point goes for Washington if Coach Andrea Kakmarinsky opts to use one. That one is too wide, and indeed, Kakmarinsky calls timeout and is going to talk things over with Washington up 17-12. So here we are again, a 5-point lead for the Demons. A timeout for Pella Christian. You go back to the first set, they responded very well out of that first timeout. It was 11-7 when they called the first one in that first set. They went on to win that one 25-22. What does Washington have to do to make sure it's a different outcome coming out of this timeout? You saw a little bit of energy there in this run. How do they sustain that?
I think wherever they are in this game, they're right there. They're right there in that, okay, all of the early game jitters are out. We've learned where Pella Christian, we learned where they're good at. We learned who hits the ball for them. Now, hyper focus on that and stay locked in. Don't waver at all. Don't look at the score. Don't worry about it being another set to play. Win this set and then close it out in the fourth set.
So Mix will go back to serve. Ellie Farmer, the libero out there. Leighton Messenger, Reagan Miller, Layla Green, and Lauren Drahota, the starters for Washington, all on the floor. That one just has to be dug over on a nice serve that time, initially by Mix. Over for Drahota, but it's right into the net. So again, Washington comes out of the timeout, and an error costs them a point. Pella Christian trying to take advantage in this chess match of a match here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
That's a great way to put it. It's definitely a chess match.
Jessa DeVries, the junior, listed as defensive specialist, wearing the libero jersey tonight. 66 digs coming in on the year for her. There's another one. Over and nice play that time by Drahota and Green at the net to win a point back for Washington. It has been an absolute battle up there between the Demons and a very tall group of Eagles players. Green now at the controls. This is who Washington wants serving. Gets it over that time. Over quickly by Pella Christian. Reagan Miller sets it up. Mix will try from the 10-foot line, and it's too hard. 18-14. Green will be replaced by Farmer. Addison Miller is into the game as well. Mention the assist numbers. She has just one coming into this game, Zeph Addison Miller. Has been more involved with the setting here tonight. Reagan Miller trying to get to that one. She does. Finds Leighton Messenger, who was trying to pass that one.
It's the other two Millers that are leading in assists for the team.
Indeed. Karis Miller, 77. Reagan Miller, of course, that 162 to lead all Demons. 18-15. Another attack error for Washington.
It did.
Reagan Miller gets it over for Leighton Messenger. Nice dig that time by DeVries. Pella Christian sends one to the opposite side. Reagan Miller goes it for Drahota. Dug up again by PC. Floated over that time. Miller, nice dig to get there. Farmer for Messenger. Tries to find the gap. It's dug up well, but no one there. And Leighton Messenger wins the long point for Washington. It's 19-15. Another substitute coming in. Maya Huseman will make way. Amia Agre will come back in. Big point one there for Washington. Messenger had 3 straight shots where she just tried to place it in the middle of the court. Finally found the right spot where DeVries couldn't find a teammate on the dig. She digs that one up and down for Van Arndoink. Reagan Miller, Taylor Mix, Leighton Messenger to the opposite side. Tapped over quickly, nice dig by Mix. Karis Miller tries to find Leighton Messenger, and that's the well that Washington want to go to. They're up 20-15.
Taylor Mix, she showed out right there. That dig, that saved the point because it was one-handed. She was off balance, but that focus, we remind that focus is what we need from the Demons here.
So So it was a 5-point Demon lead coming out of the Pella Christian timeout. It's a 5-point lead again. Messenger again!
She just knows where to drop the ball. She knows exactly where to drop it off, and every time, the energy, you can feel it, as you said when you were down there, the energy changes when she gets a point.
6-point lead, Karis Miller serving. Over to the far side, dug up by Ellie Farmer. Karis Miller to Mick spot just beyond the 10-foot line. It's set over quickly. Farmer got there but couldn't find a teammate. And there is that quick set that Mid-Prairie went to so often. Bryn Runner smartly winning the point as a veteran play by the leading assister, using her setting ability to win a point for Pella Christian. 21-16 Demons. Washington Volleyball on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Leighton Messenger for Karis Miller. Reagan Miller punches that one up to keep it alive. Karis Miller just has to send it over. Excuse me, that was Messenger. And down hard that time. A little bit out of position, Washington. And Bryn Roosboom makes them pay. 2 quick points.
That was a statement hit there
for the Eagles. Yeah, Messenger kind of trotted over to the middle of the court to get it, and then wasn't in her back row spot there, and Roosboom picked it out. It was again credit to some good net play there by the Eagles. Washington, 2 straight points given up, trying to get one back. Can Messenger do that? No, she cannot, off the net. And it is 21-18. Addie Van Arndoink at the controls. Eagles trying to take advantage of a little momentum. That one took a wicked bounce. Farmer keeps it alive, but Messenger just not enough on that one.
And here's where Washington seems to always allow them to come back. They'll get up and they're right there to close it out. And they're allowing the Eagles to get back in the game.
Van Arndoink. Mitch, Karis Miller for Reagan Miller. It's met at the net, rolls over. Pella Christian saves it.
It's saved by Ellie Farmer there.
Farmer over for Reagan Miller, blocked at the net, kept alive by Washington. Leighton Messenger pokes that one over. Demons staying alive in this point, but Pella Christian drops that one down. It was Bryn Roosboom again. It's a 1-point game here in set number 3, and now you may look to Coach Aaron Six when he might want to talk things over. 2 timeouts for the Demons, 1 remaining for PC.
Might be time to slow down their momentum and call that timeout.
Van Arndoink still serving. Karis Miller for Reagan Miller. It was mishit and didn't make it over the net. We are tied, and there is the timeout from Coach Aaron Six. So a couple of times there, Zeph, you're trying to get the ball to Leighton Messenger, and Reagan Miller is a talented player for this Washington team, but is not probably the player you want getting the kills, and she's had to be set up a couple of times with the Demons a little bit out of rotation, Zeph.
Yeah, it seems as though the Eagles have shifted a bit and more targeting of Leighton Messenger and putting the proper person on her side to prevent her from getting the ball over the net. They've noticed that every time she's touched the ball, she's almost scored. So the Eagles have adjusted. Now Washington has to come out of this timeout strong and not allow themselves to lose this set.
Addison Miller right at the net for Washington. Reagan Miller just to her left. Messenger, Karis Miller, Ellie Farmer, and Taylor Mitch in for the Demons. 21-21. Karis Miller gives it back for Leighton Messenger. Drops that one. Nice dig that time by Arg for Pella Christian. Mitch set up well to keep alive. Farmer just had to float it over. Over and down, and unable to block it back to the Pella Christian side. And it's a 22-21 set number 3. Now PC still with all the momentum coming out of that timeout. Trying to close out this 3rd set. Karis Miller over for Reagan Miller. Floated over, Messenger's there. Karis Miller again for Reagan Miller. Saves it, but collides with Karis Miller, and she was unable to get the dig. 23-21 now. Eddie Van Arndonk to serve. Karis Miller. Reagan Miller at the far side now. It's blocked right down. And Washington just has not found the offense to counter this net play for Pella Christian. They have turned the advantage all the way around, having a chance to win by 4, having been down 5 twice in this third set. 24-21. Visiting Eagles looking for a 2-1 set lead. Karis Miller. Reagan Miller will try again. Floated over. Farmer punches it up. Mitch. Messenger. That one hits the net. A miss hit. And it is the Eagles who do indeed take set number 3. Washington will have to regroup again here. It is 2-1 Eagles. We'll come back with the 4th set. You're watching Washington Volleyball on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
Here at the Morning Breath, we start every morning with style and grace.
Give me a
Engaging you with thoughtful and critically thinking topics to start your day.
Did you know that Pop-Tarts are like horrible for you?
While always maintaining a professional and family-friendly environment.
John, you're no longer a virgin.
Oh, and all the other stuff.
Wow, version. Yes, read the bottom. We talk on all over the world.
There's another word for that, Peter. What do we call that?
Cold. It is cold. It's going to get
Weekdays at 7:15, only on the Southeast Iowa Video Network Facebook and YouTube page.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation, Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
Welcome back to set number 4 between Washington and Pella Christian here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, home of Washington Demons Volleyball. It was the visiting Eagles who took a 2-1 lead, courtesy of a 25-21 win in that third set. Jack Knowlton, Zeph Walker-L here ready to call set number 4. And Zeph, what did you see kind of break down a little bit there for Washington? They had a couple of 5-point leads. Pella Christian, you saw, respond well again out of a timeout. I think the Eagles deserve a lot of credit here, but Washington needed to bounce back here in set number 4 on their home court.
You know, the Demons are really good, really great volleyball team. They have a tendency to let the game go away from them when they're up. And when the other team, like the PC Eagles here, are consistently striking them and hitting them, it isn't the errors this game. It's just the volleyball play.
Now Washington trying to get in a little bit. It felt they've gotten just a little bit out of rotation. Weren't able to get the ball to their leading attacker and Messenger often enough, it felt like, in that final stretch of that third set. Trying to change things up here. go down 1-0 to start set number 4. Pella Christian will win this match if they can get a win here in this set. They take a 2-0 lead, and the Eagles are fired up over there on the visiting sideline.
You know, Washington winning this set and going through that 5th set could look good for them. As before they get to the 20-point range, they're right on par. And then once they get to that 20-point range and the game is like right there in their hands, it just fizzles away. So we'll have to see.
Harris Miller, Ellie Farmer just having to dig that one over. Washington only really one attack.
Oh, good defense.
That one hard off the blockers, and that has been one of the stories it's felt like is net play. Pella Christian's just won some of those battles at the net. Almost the equivalent of kind of 50-50 balls in, football or basketball. And they've had the opportunity to kill it right at the net. Washington struggled a little bit in that department. That time, Layla Green gets it down off the face, it looked like, of a Pella Christian Eagle. So Washington win their first point of this 3rd set. Looking for a rally here.
She didn't do that on purpose, but
sometimes happens. It's certainly not easy to hit a ball that's coming straight at you in the face like that, but
it's a great serve.
Layla Green's involvement will certainly be central. We spotlighted her in the pregame show. Had a great match against Fairfield. 4-1 Pella Christian lead. That one's too deep. So an attack error that time. Eddie Van Arndonk hits it too far past the service line. Reagan Miller delivers. That one punched into the bleachers that time by Sophia Slagter.
Off the head of a patron there.
Got to be alert if you're on that side. If you're not high up like we are, you're going to sometimes be involved in the play. Have to have heads up, some awareness. We see that come baseball and softball season. Occasionally a ball gets hit your way. You got to be ready for it.
You got a tie game here.
That one gets down for Washington, so turning around a 3-0 deficit. We're tied at 4.
That's the amazing thing about volleyball and similar to like basketball. It's never really over till it's over. Points can just go and switch so fast.
Can certainly be a game of runs. There's a positive.
Yeah, that's the term.
Play at the net. Layla Green hammered and well blocked that time by PC. They do it again. Sophia Slagter strong at the net on those couple of points. She hits that one down. Farmer able to save it. Reagan Miller for Taylor Mix. It's too hard. And Sophia Slagter deserves all the credit for winning that point. She is this team's block leader, exactly who you want at the net if you're Pella Christian. 15 coming in. Give her maybe 2 or 3 more just on that sequence alone. DeVries. Messenger for Reagan Miller for Green, and that one takes the corner. Point Washington.
It's inbound. That was tough.
Looked close. It kind of disappeared behind the heads of the assistant coaches from my viewpoint of it.
You know, with the continued support watching the stream, we can get some pylon cams around here.
I don't know if that's the network's investment. I feel like that's a team requirement in football, right? To put those in.
Right.
I would think. Or the league. Who knows? Ellie Farmer tied at 5. Reagan Miller over for Lauren Drahota, and she finds the gap.
That was strong from Lauren.
So 6-5. Demons trying to just feed off some energy of some positive play. Up 6-5. Taylor Mix serving. Hits that one hard. Up and down, and Farmer keeps it alive. Mix just gets it up. Messenger able to deliver. Nice setup that time for Pella Christian. Good block at the net by Drahota and Green. Good dig by Mix. It was good effort to get there, but couldn't keep it straight up. Instead, kind of popped it over the net.
You can't be upset with that one. That she dug down deep to get that. Sometimes if it results in a point and the effort is there, you just got to live with it.
That's sometimes all you can really ask for, and Washington can still respond off of that, but that is blocked at the net again. Rachel Kakmarinsky, she has 9 blocks on the year coming into this match.
These last 2 sets, the defense for the Eagles has stepped it up.
PC imposing their will. We mentioned their height. This is a team, it's a decent blocking team. 53 total blocks coming into tonight as a team. That is 5th in their conference, but you wouldn't think it given the play here tonight. Service error that time makes it 7-7.
We need to get some chants going from our student section. They've been a bit quiet tonight.
Layla Green. That one volleyed over that time by Van Arndonk. Reagan Miller for Messenger, sneaks it over. Able to be dug up that time by Runner. She hits it hard and wins a point back for Pella Christian. Ellie Farmer back into the match. Van Arndonk will serve after that Runner kill. Mix over, down for Messenger, saved by PC.
Oh.
Good effort by Mix. She takes a deflection off the net.
And that's what I'm talking about. That effort there, it was an error earlier, but it paid off right there. She didn't let it demoralize her. She got right back on the ground. That makes that was such a great defensive play by her.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. A similar play is punched out of bounds, but you like to see that if you're Coach Aaron Six, never giving up on the play. Taylor Mix didn't that time and was rewarded for it. Little home cooking from the net as well. Mix digs it up again. Karis Miller. Messenger just has to float that one over. Couldn't time up the kill that time, but Bryn Roosboom can. And it's 9-8.
Strong girl there.
Pella Christian has created more of those opportunities toward the end of that 3rd set and into this 4th one. Washington just hasn't been able to get Messenger set up as often on some of these sets. Trying to get her going. She just has to dig that one over after the set by Karis Miller. Blocked at the net that time, punched straight up in the air and just dug over. Ellie Farmer keeps it alive. Mix just plays that one over the net. Roosboom sets it over. Karis Miller for Leighton Messenger. Off the blockers. Well dug up that time.
Got a rally going.
Arg on the save for Pella Christian, but won't be rewarded for it. Washington wins the long rally.
Trading blows. This is almost like that boxing fight that happened this weekend.
Leighton Messenger to serve. 9-9 in set 4. Leighton Messenger the dig. Karis Miller the set. Messenger again. Excuse me.
Way to get on the ground there, Taylor Mix.
Messenger sends it over from deep.
Yep,
up and down, but the blockers were there. It was Reagan Miller and Sarah Berto, but out of play on the block.
Again,
attempt in 10-9.
It goes back to the effort. The effort was there. The result isn't what you wanted, but keep that play.
Mix digs it high up in the air toward the ceiling. Messenger just has to dig it over. Up and over and down, finding the gap again is Pella Christian. Maya Huseman winning the point for the Eagles. Bryn Runner will serve. Farmer. Miller to Miller. It's down, dug straight into the net, and unable to corral it. That time was PC. Sarah Berto will take a break. Layla Green back into the match. Ellie Farmer to serve. Still very much a competitive one in this 4th set. Green taps that one down, and that'll be a point that will hopefully for Washington fire up their side. Easy one that time for Green. Farmer. I've noticed that Farmer goes very quickly to try and serve it again. That one is just hammered down by Roosboom.
I said it. That is a strong lady there. The way she hits the ball, you might want to just get out the way sometimes.
Roosboom led this team in kills last year as a junior, 211 of them. Doing so again this year. Green hits it hard and returns the favor for Washington.
Well, we've got a strong hitter on our side, too. Shouts out to Layla Green there.
Orange Hoda coming back in will replace Karis Miller. Reagan Miller again. You look at the results for Washington. This would be the deepest they've ever gone in a match if they can turn this fourth set into a victory. They have not gone to a fifth set yet this season. And a nasty kill that time by Reagan Miller. Demon bench looking to fire their squad up.
That was strong.
Strong indeed.
We need like a miles per hour like dial out here.
Something like a tennis serve, right?
Yeah, because this ball's moving at 75 miles per hour at least. Like, maybe exaggerating there, but you get what I'm saying.
I certainly wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of really any of these shots from any of these players out here, but yeah, you're absolutely right. That one in particular. Nastiness. Winning another point is Washington. DeVries digs it over. Miller sets it up for Green. Blocked well again by Pella Christian. Mix goes for it early and wins a point for Washington.
Here's what I said. If we go into the fifth set, Washington is really good at playing early. And they just have to not get gassed.
And wouldn't you know it, a 3-point lead for the Demons, a first timeout of set 4 called by Pella Christian. You feeling any sort of sense of deja vu, Zeph? I feel like I am. You get a little stretch, a little run for the Demons. Pella Christian, we've seen this story now over and over in set 3 and set 1.
Yeah.
They have come out and responded. Washington trying to not let that happen here this time, and now it's desperation mode because if you give up another run to Pella Christian, your match is over.
You're right. And it's almost like you just got to look in the mirror. We called it earlier. This is a chess match. This isn't checkers. This isn't one team being better than the other. This is truly, you are looking right in the mirror at a team that's meeting you at every play.
It sounded like you have a beef with checkers the way you said that. I don't think you do, but I think you're exactly right.
You know, I can go for a checkers burger right now.
Reagan Miller to serve. 15-12 Demons. Mix. Miller gives it to Mix again, off the blockers. And there is a different response. Out of the timeout, it's Washington winning the point. That is not what we saw when Pella Christian called their first one in set 3.
I smell a future rivalry brewing.
Maybe they'll have to reschedule this one. These are 2 out-of-conference teams. They don't play much, if at all. Layla Green down hard, 17-12. Demons extend the lead to 5. Once
Come
again,
on, Demons.
They were up 5. No lead is safe with this PC team, as Washington has learned in set 3 and set 1. Demons able to hang on to set 2. That one's out of play, and a 6-point advantage for Washington. Trying to keep their foot on the gas, Demons. Reagan Miller still serving it up. And that one into the net that time. Mishit by Miller.
That's tough.
That could be a
momentum shifter.
Shifter, a timely error if you're the Eagles. A timely one if you're Washington, too, not in the positive sense. 5-point lead. Demons still leaving the door cracked, though, for the Eagles to try and win this match, get a road victory. That one just set over quickly and out of play, I believe. So it'll be a point for Washington.
I was a little confused doing what the officials were calling there. I thought it was just going to stay in play, but nonetheless, point for the Demons.
19-13. Mitch, that one was hurtling toward the back line. Kept alive by Pella Christian, though. Nice dig by Reagan Miller. Over for Drahota. It's off the blockers, though. And Pella Christian's middle blockers come up big again. Rachel Marinsky.
If you give up a point, you want to give it up because they worked for it, not because you made a service error. So good defense there from Washington, just wasn't enough.
Reagan Miller to Messenger.
And we talked about that momentum, right? We talked about the energy.
Substitution again, 4 for 12. Maya Huseman out. Amia Agra in. Layla Green to serve. That's another 6-point Demon lead. A similar stretch to where they've been in almost every set tonight. Trying to have a more positive result, but that one, tug up.
Tough. You thought the ball on the other side, when it was on the Eagles side, that they were losing control of it. But just being able to get it back over the net, and then the Washington Demons lost control.
20-15 now. Van Arndonk, one of the better servers on this PC team. But Messenger found by Miller. Nice dig there by Van Arndonk. And down hard that time. No answers for Bryn Roosboom here tonight. Another kill makes it a 4-point set number 4. And Washington, you have to think, just have to try and keep it away and get PC out of position enough to where they can't set Roosboom up like that. Messenger, Miller for Drahota, and miss hit that time by Pella Christian. The ball will roll out of the front doors of the Washington Gymnasium. It's 21-16.
We've been here before. Let's not let what happened in the last set catch us again.
Harris Miller coming in for Drahota, who just got that kill. Miller in to serve. A little bit tactical there with the service. Miller, one of the better servers on this Demon team. Down hard and saved well that time by Miller. Messenger gets it over at the net, and Washington just wasn't alert enough for it that time, and Bryn Runner able to flick the ball over her head for a point. 21-17, back and forth we go. PC with a 2-1 set lead. If they're able to turn this around, they will win the match. Scorers table conversation with one of the officials. That'll allow PC to sub. Sophia Slagter coming out. Rachel Marinsky in.
So no point.
Yeah, they're going to replay that point, actually, so still 21-16. I think it might have been a subbing error. That one takes a gnarly deflection in favor of the Eagles off the net.
You can see on Roosboom's face, she did not like that they took that point away, so she came out and took her point right back.
So it is indeed 21-17, and that's just a curse if you're Washington. Roosboom finally get one. You see her hit one into the net, and it just rolls right over with so much power that it still lands in. Karis Miller over for Reagan Miller, off the blockers and down. Nice placement by Reagan Miller.
Dirty. That was a nice hit.
That is a kill she was looking for. Had a couple of miscues in the last set.
You talk momentum. That is what they need to close out this set.
Leighton Messenger, 22-17 Demons. She serves. At the net, mixes there. 23-17 now, and the second timeout will be taken. The Demons are 2 points away from forcing a fifth set, which would be their first of the year, Zeph. The closest match for Washington so far this season was that Fairfield one, which they were able to close out in 4. They won that one 3-1. They went 2-1 against Carlisle in a tournament, but obviously that format just best of 3, so no chance for that. Otherwise, it's been some other 2-1 tournament results, otherwise 3 or 2-0 wins. Both of these teams sort of in uncharted water here. I mentioned before, Pella Christian has had a lot of tournament play. They've only dropped a set, or, you know, they've had some 2-0 losses as well, but only dropped a set a couple of times in their season. So it's going to be about mental fortitude you have to feel a little bit here.
Mental fortitude. Something that Layla Green mentioned last week in her interview.
So Leighton Messenger trying to close those one out. She maybe not have dribbled that off of her foot, getting ready to serve. Has a chuckle with some of the teammates. Here we go, 2 points away. Washington trying to slam the door on PC's chances to win the match here. And send this to a fifth set. Reagan Miller finds the gap right in the middle of the court, and the Demons are a point away.
You know, Reagan leading an assist this game and this set, particularly this set, she is leading the team in kills because she has been everywhere you needed her to be.
Washington trying to grit it out against a feisty PC team. And a friendly bounce off the net will send us to a fifth set, 25-17. The Demons leave no room for a comeback for Pella Christian. A lot of drama here, game of the year here in Washington's home.
Yes, indeed.
Matches that we broadcasted here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. We'll send it to a quick break. We'll come back. We'll have set number 5, first to 15 coming up. You're watching Washington Demons Volleyball on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, presented by Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
Your adventure starts here. Capra Auto Group, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road, and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capra Auto Group. See yourself the Capra experience.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you. At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
We are back with set number 5 on the Southeast Iowa Video Network between Washington and Pella Christian. Quick thank you to our sponsor, Fairway Meat and Grocery, for their continued support of Washington Demon Athletics. They have a lot of Demon volleyball to support here, Zeph. This is the deepest either Washington or Pella Christian has gone in a match this season. Reminder, a fifth set played to just 15 points, so little room for error for either side. A big run to start out the set will be crucial for whatever team chooses to get it. About a minute and a half before we start off the fifth set. You can hear Pella Christian trying to get fired up, but Washington able to slam the door. They won 25-17 in set number 4. Didn't allow for that Pella Christian comeback. You can see some smiles down there between the Demon players. They are trying to do the same. Here's F. What do they have to do to close it out?
Well, they've excelled at leading early, so they need to continue that same style of play. Don't waver. You've come back and you've brought yourself to this position. The match could have been over 2 sets ago. They've got to this position. Now it's time to bring it home.
Washington trying to bring it home in this fifth set.
If you like volleyball, this is the place to be on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
Reagan Miller will serve to start things off for Washington. Up by Pella Christian. Over in too long, and Washington wins the point of set number 5. And you can see them getting pretty fired up on the court about that. Has to feel like a sigh of relief to get that first point, get off and running. Here to try and close this match. It's been a gritty affair. Both teams have played some excellent points. It's been a lot of long rallies as Pella Christian comes right back and finds the gap.
This is going to go to who's the most composed. Like you said, minimal errors. The team that makes the less amount of errors this period will win the game.
It's a test of It's a test of both teams' tactics as well. Aaron Six in his 5th season with the Demons. That one rolls off the net.
Would that count as a finger roll? The way she like tipped it over was like
maybe
like a layup.
The volleyball equivalent of a finger roll.
Oh wait, they gave the point to the Eagles?
Indeed, they did. I think it's actually going to end up with a net violation on Washington. I think they might have touched it as that finger roll play was going over. So, but again, so many just close points at the net for both of these teams has been a major story, I feel, for this match. 2-1 Eagles down by Layla Green. Nice heads-up play by PC to keep it alive. Miller just has to set that one up. Farmer digs it toward Miksh. It was a good dig as well. Miksh, blocker's taking a little bit of the heat off of that. Trahoda miscues it. That was coming toward Miller and instead gets down, and it's a 2-point lead in set 3 for the Eagles.
That was definitely tough. Lauren Trahoda knows she wanted that one. Every point matters.
Bryn Roseboom hits
point matters.
that one into the net, and service errors are going to be a major factor. That's only playing to 15.
That's only her second service error of the match, so tough. She knows that one they can't afford that.
Can Washington take advantage? They went on a run with Taylor Miksh serving last set, and they win a point to tie it at 3.
If there was a definition for edge of your seat, it'd be now. Right here, right now. Demon volleyball.
Absolutely is. Farmer for Reagan Miller, for Leighton Messenger. Up and down and mishit that time by Addie Van Arndonk. They've had a lot of production from that left side, but a miscue that time.
Composed is what they need to be.
That one rolls off the net, and Miksh, similar to the fourth set, got a friendly roll off the net. Actually, that was Messenger to win the set.
Yeah, that
Miksh gets a similar one, goes up 5-3.
That was close. Saved by the net.
Washington will take the home cooking. Miksh dug up by Roseboom. Down hard by Washington. It's Leighton Messenger again. It's 6-3 Demons.
That was nice there from Leighton Messenger. What a spike.
Miksh at the controls. Washington trying to reverse their fortunes here after a tough second and third set. That one too long. Washington's lead is up to 4.
Early leads.
And there is the timeout for the visiting Eagles. You can hear some more cheers from the Washington side of things.
You know, whatever way this game goes, give it up for these ladies as they are putting on a clinic.
And I'll tell you, it's been a absolute war of attrition on the volleyball court here tonight. And certainly, win or lose, Aaron Six is going to take some things and learn from them. This is a Washington team that has been strong at home. They have been strong in SEC play as well. 2-0, of course, along with Burlington, jockeying for position at the top of the conference. But just 5-7 overall. Certainly, you want to, if you're a player, it's good for your morale. You want to see that overall record improve a little bit. Washington's played a ton of good competition. They know that. Playing another good team in Pella Christian here tonight. Miksh can't get there, and Pella Christian, the difference again, responding with a point out of the timeout. You saw Washington do that and slam the door in set 4 after PC's first timeout. This time, they come out and get the service back. It will be their libero, Jessa DeVries.
That's what those timeouts are for.
Nice dig by Messenger. Down for Layla Green, and she sneaks it in between the blockers.
That was nice.
That's a good sign for Washington as well, heading into the next stage of this 5th set is, can they get some of those points right in the middle of the net? Just inside of the blockers there. Layla Green able to do so. She serves and drops it in for another point.
This is the lead that Washington wants. Hold on to it.
9-4 Demons. Green. She commanded the net against Fairfield. Can she command the service line still here? Over for Van Arndoink, and it's blocked but out of play. Point for Pella Christian.
Back to one of those, you can't be upset that they played good defense. The ball just spins a certain way.
9-5. Door is never closed for the Eagles. One of their better servers in Huseman delivering. Lauren Drahota takes a tough dig, but PC able to recover it and just get it over. Messenger, Reagan Miller. Back for Messenger. Off the blockers, and Mick's unable to reach for it. It might have been a miscomm between her and the junior, Sarah Berto, who was kind of at the net. And again, that's just those tough ones that take those deflection. Can be so difficult to communicate quickly enough. It's 9-6. Huseman, Mix, another miss hit that time, and it's a 2-point set number 5.
You think it's over? The Eagles are just clawing back into the game.
They've done that all match. Which team will have the stamina to hang on here? That one, too deep. Smart play that time by Mix and Farmer. I'm sure their hearts might have dropped for a moment there. That was close to the service line,
so
but
close.
That's, awareness, and it goes into what you said all match, Zeph, is which team's going to be more composed that time. The two veterans for Washington were to know to let that one go out of play. That one dug up and over and down hard that time, seeing the gap. Rachel Kakmarinsky, the junior middle hitter, that too easy for PC. 10-8 in set 5.
So it's 1st to 15, not 1st to 2 to 15. The 2-point lead they need to have.
You do have to win by 2 in the 1st to 15.
So you still need to win by 2, okay.
5th set, that one down. Well done that time by Sarah Berto. That will put Leighton Messenger at the controls, 11-8 Washington. Demons trying to rally from a 2-1 set deficit. That one trying to go quickly was PC, and a mistake instead by Bryn Runner.
That's a tough error because where the Demons are point-wise, those types of errors can get them right over the hump.
She tried to go quickly with that quick set over the net, instead hit it into it. 12-8. Another miscue by Pella Christian.
We just called it.
Kakmarinsky couldn't find the contact on that. It's 13-8. Washington is 2 points away, and Pella Christian is now out of timeouts. They use their second here. And once again, Aaron Six just trying to implore his team to close this one out. The door never closed for the Eagles. I've noticed, too, in these timeouts, they don't take long. There's a ton of assistance over there for their coach, Andrea Kakmarinsky, just in her second season, but they don't take a long time. They get their team rallied, get back out there. Aaron Six, a little bit longer in the huddle, trying to rally his side here to keep the communication up and close this thing out, Zeph.
I think their timeouts are more so to just stop that consistent play, get a quick, hold on, slow the game down, while Aaron Six is imploring, as you said, getting them ready to close this out.
Leighton Messenger, 13-8. She serves. Set over for Roosboom, and that's as automatic as Pella Christian has been, or can get, I guess, with Roosboom. That is the response they wanted out of the timeout. Bryn delivers. And now it's Rachel Kakmarinsky to serve. 13-9 now.
Big serve here.
Kakmarinsky too long.
Big serve there.
2 service errors, giving 2 points in Washington. One away, trying to finish this out. 14-9.
They've brought in the closer, Layla Green.
Ellie Farmer serving for the match. Up and over. Roosboom, that's too long. And the Demons do in fact close it out, win set 5, 15-9, rally from 2 sets to 1 down, and win an absolute war of attrition. Zeph, quick thoughts before we send it to a break. We'll come back with a Community First postgame show, but what a win for Washington, 15-9 in set 5.
Big, huge credit to the Pella Christian Eagles. They are going to see Washington again, you know. And if you didn't watch this game, or wherever you're listening to us from, we didn't do enough justice to what we were watching, because this was a war. And yes, Washington came out the W that they needed, but those Eagles, great team.
An absolute battle won by the Demons. We will send it to a quick break. We will come back with the Community First postgame show. We will hear from the winning coach, Aaron Six. An absolute classic at the Washington High School gym. They defeat Pella Christian 15-9 and win their 6th match of the year. Once again, we'll send it to a quick break. We'll talk to Coach Aaron Six on the other side of the Community First pregame show. This is Washington Demon Volleyball on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
Volleyball season has arrived, and Fairway sets all the savings all year long. With a variety of fall favorites and sports season must-needs, no one does it like Fairway. Make Fairway your home field advantage. Here at The Morning Breath, we start every morning with style and grace. Engaging you with thoughtful and critically thinking topics to start your day.
Do you know that Pop-Tarts are horrible for you?
While always maintaining a professional and family-friendly environment.
John, you're no longer a virgin.
Oh, and all the other stuff.
Flowers. Yes, read about we talk on all over the world.
There's another word for that, Peter. What do we call that?
Cold. It is cold. It's going to get
Weekdays at 7:15, only on the Southeast Iowa Video Network Facebook and YouTube page.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you. Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road, and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you. At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
Welcome in back to the Southeast Iowa Video Network. This is the Community First Postgame show where we watched an absolute battle between the Washington Demons and the Pella Christian Eagles. The Demons able to close it out in 5 sets. We're here with Leighton Messenger and Coach Aaron Six. From the winning side, and what a matchup it was, Leighton, we'll start with you. You know, you guys go 2-1 down. There's, you know, I could tell a little bit on the court. Sometimes the energy got a little bit low. How did you guys fought back? What were you saying to each other to rally back and win this match?
Yeah, I think... Okay. I think we just really had to communicate. We had to pick each other up. There were times that we got really down, like you said, and the energy just dropped. But I think the biggest thing was letting each other know that, like, we're here for each other, telling each other what's open, and overall just communicating and having fun, too, while we're playing. I think we played some of the best volleyball we've played all season, so that was really fun. And, yeah.
Question for Leighton. There was an adjustment that Pella Christian made, and I think it was targeted at you. You had a lot of strong kills early on, and then they started to just get there and notice that. How did you adjust your game so that you were able to pull out the victory?
Sure. Well, I think I kind of struggled passing tonight, and I think they definitely saw that and took advantage of that, which I would too if I were a coach. So I think that I just had to kind of slow myself down and, like, understand that, you know, I can't just hit all the time. Like, it comes with a pass. I'm helping out my team, and just overall playing for my team and not just for myself, I think, is the biggest thing with that. And yeah, just trusting my teammates, and they were picking me up the whole night too, so that was really a lot of help in those situations.
Coach, you know, this is the deepest you guys have gone in a match this season. What can you learn from that, and what things did you notice maybe tactically that, you know, you're going to continue to build on that's going to help you? Obviously 2-0 in conference play. You go, I believe, have a conference game your next one against Keokuk. You know, what's going to be the big takeaways from this game in terms of tactics and growth to keep a strong start to conference play going?
Well, I think the big thing is just the overall fight that they put out on the floor. You know, they didn't give up. They continued to play with confidence. You know, that was one of the big things that we talked about in timeouts and in between sets was to play with confidence. And when we play with confidence, we're able to play great volleyball. And, you know, it's fun to watch. And, you know, those are things that, you know, when we play a little bit timid, then that's when other team is able to take advantage of that, kind of see us back on our heels a little bit, not wanting to attack the ball as much. But when we put pressure on them offensively, you know, that's the big difference in what the ball game was.
And quick question regarding the Pella Christian Eagles. First time matchup in the Bound era. How was that scouting or going into this game? What was the game plan you had, as you've never seen this squad before, and they played really well?
Well, we knew that it was a quality team. We didn't have a lot of information on them, just not seeing them. You know, didn't have any cross opponents to get video from or anything like that. So it was mainly, you know, on the fly adjustment to what they're doing. You know, I think the girls do a great job during warm-ups, just kind of watching their hitters and what their tendencies are, and do a great job as far as being able to make adjustments on the fly and, you know, pull out the victory.
this is the last one for me, Leighton. I believe I have my memory right. You won that 25th point in the fourth set with that serve that took the wicket deflection off of the net. How satisfying was that? Just to, you have a little bit of, home cooking, a little bit of help from the net, and obviously win that big point, able to send it to a fifth set.
Yeah. Well, I was just telling myself during that moment, just get the ball over the net, and hopefully in. And we barely made it, but it did. And yes, exactly. So that was a really good moment. I think that just the net was on my side with that one. So, and I'm thankful that I could do it for my team. So.
Absolutely. Once again, the Washington Demons taking down the Pella Christian Eagles in 5 sets. What a battle it was. They will face Keokuk to try and go 3-0 in SEC play. Coach Leighton, we appreciate your time. Congrats on the win. Best of luck in your next matchup.
Thank you so much.
This has been the Community First post-game show. Once again, your final in 5 sets. Washington able to pull out the match 3-2. We will send it away. We'll be back on Friday for some football. Washington Demons against Oskaloosa trying to go 2-0 at home this season. For Jack Knowlton, Zeph Walker L, we will sign things off. This is Washington Volleyball. This has been Washington Volleyball here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.